Talk about a day in the life as being TSU alumni president. I've run into you a couple times. We done bumped into each other. I'm like, what you doing here? You like, man, I'm in and out. You know,
Yeah.
like, man, like you do so much for the school. You're moving around. You're involved in all these different initiatives. And what's a day in the life for the TSU alumni president?
Man, it's wild. Let me tell you, I'm so proud of TSU. Let me start there. When I tell you to be able to wake up and it be a part of my passion and my role to brag on TSU, there's so much content. There's so many alumni that are doing awesome things that I never run out of things to brag about with Tennessee State University. Just within this year, Tennessee State University has embarked Laker games, Disneyland, the Rose Bowl parade, and that's just the band. So then I think further down the line, I'm meeting the Vice President of the United States and inducting her into the Alumni Association because she is an honorary and alum now. So to have a picture with Kamala Harris, those are the things that this role has blessed me with. And so, to whom much is given, much is required. I'm thankful for what I've been given in this role. It's placed me in rooms that sometimes I don't know I belong in or I don't feel comfortable in, but I'm learning to be comfortable in some of those rooms with some of the people that I'm in. But as far as my day to day, I wake up and there's already 100 emails. Alums have ideas, alum have connections, alum have things that they want to see improved at the school. One of the things about my age, I am accessible to the students. So I do a lot of counseling of students. I remember I was at the NBA All-Star game and a student called me and they were going through a crisis. And so I couldn't be like, yo, I'm here at this NBA All-Star game. No, I stepped aside and I talked to them because, again, that is what this role requires. It requires me to be there for the students, for the alumni, for the faculty and the staff. I have some of the dopest relationships with the faculty and the staff. They have become my coworkers. I do a lot of finding money so that I'm a fundraiser. That's a lot of what I do. I have to represent the Alumni Association, so I do a lot of speaking. The pandemic, I am a pro at getting this ring light up because all I did was zoom, 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 zoom. That's all I did during the pandemic. So so that's a day in the life. I do a lot of traveling. It's cool because TSU, I was just talking to public relations today. TSU is an influencer school now. At one point in time, a school was a school, an institution is an institution, a college is a college. Tennessee State University is the culture. It's a part of the culture, and it is an influencer within itself. So everyone who is associated with TSU now has to be an influencer. So, that's one of the other things that I'm really enjoying is that it's given me another social life outside of the one I already had, following TSU around and telling the story for alumni and representing alumni.
Seeing TSU on like viral videos, like Turk State University, it's like, wow, I went to school there. Like they lit, like they enjoying themselves. Like I'm like, that's what it's about, man. It's about enjoying yourself, having a good time, not like doing anything crazy, but just having a good time, and that's what it's about. So it's good to hear that. But let's talk about some adversity you probably went through with this kind of being in this role. I'm pretty sure you're probably the youngest alumni president. So I know these seasoned vets are like, hey, young blood, like this ain't how we do it, like we need you to get over here with how we roll.
Yeah, it is. Wow. It comes with its days. Yeah, like they say, my good days outweigh my bad days. So I won't complain, but I'll tell you about it. So let me tell you about it. It was a challenge for me because I think for me, first of all, my parents are incredible, but my parents were part of the working world. Like they're educators. And so when I was born, my parents took their time, and then I lived next door to my grandmother. And so my grandmother became my daycare, became my kindergarten, became my babysitter, so I am one of those grandma's boys. My grandmother was very, very present in my life all the way to the end. And so I think that for me, it shocked me that I had such difficulty with some of the older alum, because it's like I thought I was made for this. Like I thought I was made to connect with various generations. But I think that a mistake that I made, sometimes when you have an idea, you have to remind people that you didn't think that their idea wasn't a bad idea, and what they already did wasn't good enough. And you know, I want my father's grandmother. So the grandmother I speak of is my mother's grandmother, but my father's mother, my other grandmother, reminded me of something when my father actually went out and bought her a dining room table, and she went completely off because she was like, "There's nothing wrong with my dining room table. What are you saying wrong with my dining room table?" Like she went off on him, went off on the movers and told them to take that table back to wherever they got it from. And anyone else who was walking past the street caught it that day. That was a major lesson that I didn't incorporate into the presidency. And so there are a lot of things that, because of the pandemic, not only was I, and they may have to check this, not only have I been the youngest president, I'm also the first president to go through a pandemic. I'm the pandemic president. Yeah. And so I think that because we went through it so smoothly, like as an alumni association, we had programming. We put in things to make sure that everyone stayed connected. They didn't see us sweat. So I don't think that people really take the time to realize, do y'all realize that we really went through a pandemic and the organization came out on the other side stronger? Like, I don't think that they see that, because in order to do that, we had to say that there were certain processes that could be better. And so when you do that, and this is just a message for leaders out there, I'm not the only leader. I'm not the only one that works with multi-generations. I'm not the only one who works with diversity. When you see an area that could be better, you have to help people see that they deserve better and that they want better. You can't just tell them you're going to give them something better, because they resist that. So I think that that's where a lot of my challenges come from. On the other side, if I had days where I was like, I can't do this anymore, I don't. And I had wonderful, wonderful people keep me focused and be like, you got to keep going and you got to stick with this. But on the other side of all of that, I see the error in communication. I see the error in sometimes not finding. You also have to find value for everyone. You have to find something for everyone to do. You have to find a way to connect everyone to the puzzle. And one of the biggest things that I wanted to do was be inclusive, because they had a problem with having young people involved. So I thought that my job was to help include younger people. And I'm actually tasked with the others to figure out how to include all people. So that's been my challenge, but I made it through.
Man, that's great. So you've been in all these leadership positions, between your position now, of course, the president of the Alumni Association, even back to Mr. TSU. What's the number one trait that you think helps you? And as a leader, what's the number one trait that allows you to continue to excel in your positions?
Creativity, one. Being able to understand how to use templates. Nothing that I do has not been done before. Nothing that you see me do has not been seen before. My gift is I can take something from over here and put it over there and make you think I came up with it over here, but I saw it over there first. I just put my big blue spin on it. I just put my Charles in charge on it. So I think that that's my number one gift, is that I don't reinvent the wheel. I just represent the wheel. And so that's what my gift has been. I also understand relevancy really well. I know. And to kind of take you back, entertainment is my number one love. I am an entertainer in every single thing that I do. When I work in the facility with my youth, I am an entertainer. When I'm a trainer, when I'm a speaker, when I'm in church, when I'm playing the piano, I learn how to be an entertainer in all of those spaces. Some of those spaces don't require entertainment, some people would think. I believe all spaces require entertainment. So that's the other trait that I bring to the table as a leader, is that I'm also an entertainer, and you don't know that you're being entertained until it's over. You're like, that was actually entertaining. And I actually meant to do that.
Yeah. When you running for public office, man?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I can. I'm a little bit. I had to scale back to be the alumni president. I'm a little bit wild. I have fun in life, and so I'm a little bit nervous.
You about to move to DC. You're gonna be on somebody doing something, and you're gonna be on TV with the suit on. We like, see, I knew he was on the next. He was on the next one. He going on through the steps, man. And I'm just sitting up here thinking, like, man, just think about all the people that have been disappointed had you to woke up one morning and said, I can't do TSU president now. I can't do this.
Yeah.
So many people have been like, what you mean? You'd have been like, oh, I ain't even know it was like that. Yeah. Like, you have an influence, man, and we appreciate the service that you provide, and I just want to keep reiterating that because you are a great person in this seat. And I don't think nobody else gonna do it like you, man. And that's just gonna leave some bigger shoes to fill for the next person. But
hope they them dunks. Somebody watching this podcast, give me these dunks.
let's get the woman president some dunks, and I'm gonna have to work on that for you, man. I'm gonna look out for you. I'm gonna see what I can do. What size you are?
12, please, and thank you.
I'm gonna look out. You deserve a pair of these. You don't need to walk. You need to have your suit on and a pair of these.
No, it would be so swell.
Yes, and you already got the OG hat to match. Throw that in there.
Is that the cameo that I needed to make right now? Is this? I had it right here just for you.
My man.
I'm proud. A proud OG wear.
Did you ever purged?
No, I wasn't. I was scared to death though. Like, what is about to happen? I was nervous. I was like, I got to pay these bills. Somebody help me. Like, my parents were good. They sent 2 kids to TSU, and my mom sent that check, and she would always be like, go pay this on time because she knows I'm absent-minded. So I was not purged because my mom held me down. I must say that she did hold me down.
And I'm waiting at financial aid line until I get my letters and say, I'm confirmed, because I'm like, if I walk out these doors and you tell me I'm gonna do it tomorrow, I'm getting purged and I'm gonna be sitting on the side of the steps like all these other folk mad about it. They lost their class and now they saying, oh yeah, go register for the time of their class that you want because it's available now.
Yeah.
Like I ain't being that person, man.
Yeah, I can't. Shout out to Jarita Powell from Memphis, one of my best friends in the world, because I would not have made it through TSU without Jarita, because again, I'm absent-minded. So I can do all this leadership stuff, but I'm all the stuff that I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to be there for school, but I'm here being student government stuff. I would forget to register for class. I'd be like, what classes am I supposed to do? And Jarita be like, just do all the classes I'm doing. So I had every single class that Jarita had most of my TSU experience because I would just forget to do it. And she'd be like, come on, let's just do your class. So shout out to Jarita.
See, that's another thing people don't understand. You don't get that at a PWI. Like, she just literally was like, I can't let you like be out here like that, because she could have been like, he don't care. You registered? Oh, I forgot. Oh, well, I am. Like, she looked out, and that's what people do. And that's how me and Mario met, just looking out.
Sean 10.
16, baby.
And what he do? He slid the book
under the 611. I ain't slide the books under the door no more.
Can't do it no more.
And that's just what we do. It's like, I can't let you just be out here not good. Like, we gonna get through this thing together. We're gonna be at graduation like, man, bro, if it weren't for you, no, if it weren't for you, no, if it weren't for you. You know what I mean? Because like we carry each other, man, to the finish line. And so that's cool to hear.
Yeah, that's what I love about TSU. It's like I really had no clue. My alumni life was, I'll be honest, my alumni life was better than my TSU life, because when I was in school, I was so focused that my fun was in fun moments, but my fun wasn't as sporadic and it wasn't as genuine as it is now on the alumni side. And, I've engaged with people, I've met people. When I tell you, I spent most of my TSU years still believing that no one was accepting me. Like that. I mean, even as people would vote for me, even as I would win these roles, I still felt the entire time that I was not still accepted. It's real, like those things, like self-esteem. And I like to be honest about that, because that's the work that I do. When I am in these situations where people see my confidence, I also like to remind people of my insecurities and of the days that I doubt myself in those moments. And like I said, through most of my college experience, I doubted myself. I was constantly having to prove myself, and a lot of times not to others, to myself. And so when I graduated, that's when I found all of my beautiful cousins and all of my, had no clue that I had such an awesome TSU family, because I thought it was going to be over. I thought you graduate and you don't see these people ever again. I really did. Nothing could have prepared me to know that I would see everyone all the time in different places, in different states, in different cities, in different countries. I had no clue that I would see some people more than I see my family. I see a lot of people multiple times a year, and I don't even get to see my family that much. So I love that about TSU.